Today's video is a collaboration with the Inspiration Collaboration Design Team, and it is time for another mystery envelope challenge. This challenge comes from Katie. She says, living life in color, you are receiving some DSP from Botanical Textures. That's what these 4 pieces are from. They're the black and whites. So pretty. I love all that texture. And then she says, along with some cardstock from some of our new in colors for 2025 through 2027. The challenge is to bring some color into a project using the new in colors. You've also received some of the frayed gross grain ribbon that has been on the last chance, and the Riverside Irregular pearls that go with everything. These are optional embellishments. Bring this DSP to life with the in colors. I am super excited to play with this Botanical Textures paper. I actually did not get this collection, so I am so thankful that Katie is sharing with me. But it is so fun, so pretty. I'm going to try to use it in small doses so I can use a little bit of all of it. You have the leaves on one side, and then you have the textures on the other side, kind of like this watercolor. You could almost use it as like birch. So fun. So we are going to be bringing these in, and I am going to be creating a double page layout. So let's clean this up and get started. Today's video is a little bittersweet for me. This will be my last mystery envelope challenge. I have made the tough decision to take a step away from the Inspiration Collaboration Design Team. Life has just been throwing curveballs and has been way too busy, and I don't want to make commitments to something that I can't follow through with, or that I'm not giving my all. So I made that decision that I am going to be sticking around on YouTube. I am going to be releasing videos still, but I can't commit to a schedule right now. So I'm kind of picturing little doses of the Botanical Gardens. I don't know why I brought all these embellishments back in. Let's set those off to the side. So little doses of these, and then I'm picturing like being able to use more of them, use the fronts and the backs, and then maybe have some cardstock in the center, and then bring this down at the bottom as well. So I don't know that I have enough of this cardstock for what I'm picturing. I might have to use this elsewhere. These pieces are 5.5 by 8.5. Both of them are. I'm changing gears. I was going to create a scrapbook layout, but as I got designing it, I don't have any more of the in colors yet. So I am going to make some cards, and this is the new Coneflower Celebrations. I am obsessed with coneflowers, so I needed to have this, but I love how large this is. You can create these flips, like a little card out of the coneflower. You have the inner piece of that, so that could layer. Plus you have the stamp over here. So instead, I'm going to create a couple cards. And then we still have the stones and that ribbon. And then I did cut up some pattern paper, and I actually started this on a layout. So stay tuned for that one. But I do have these that I'm going to try to incorporate into this as well. To add something a little extra to this card, I am going to use this die that comes in my Ocean Friends stamp set, of going along this side so that when the card is closed, you see that nice little edge. I think that would be a nice little detail, so then that'll show through the other side. Then, make sure this is flat. I can adhere this down. I got my flower all cut out here. And so before I layer this on, I'm going to add a little inking around that. And this is the little part for the top. These I just used colors from my stash. I don't have all of the Stampin' Up! Colors yet, so just using what I have. But I'm going to bring in a little toffee. Now this is darker brown than toffee, but I just want to add a little bit of highlight around the top. So I'm going to bring that in, and then my silicone mat. This is a Stampin' Up! Silicone mat. I'll have it linked below. And then just one of my foam brushes or blending tools. And since I'm going to be gluing this up top, I'm going to start up there so that it's hidden. And then I'm just going to bring that down a little bit. We can get this down. I'm just going to use my Barely Art glue for this one. Y'all, I haven't even had my coffee yet this morning. I'm running behind on recording and editing, and it's not just a matter of getting projects done, but then when you have a YouTube channel, there's a lot more that goes into it. So I'm running a little behind, and I have other things planned the next couple of nights, so I won't be home to finish this video. So that's why I got up early and hit the ground running. But I must say, before coffee, I'm kind of on the struggle bus here. If I go make my coffee, though, I'm just gonna want to sit and enjoy that and just take a few sips, so I don't got time for that. I'll do that in a little bit here. In between cards, I'll go take a sip of coffee and relax, enjoy my morning. I have to have a slow morning these days. I used to be get out of bed and run, but now I need my mornings to be slow so that work goes good. All right. Then I have my stem here. Just gonna go there. And then my leaves. And I did the light side of this cardstock, and then the dark side of the cardstock. So I'm thinking something like that. I'm going to bring in some mocha to match this dark brown for my thank you. And I just grabbed this from, it's actually called My Small Business. So we're gonna add our sentiment there. I can never use, or I could never have too many thank you cards. That's probably what I use the most of. And then just give it a second to soak in. Perfect. And then we are going to add some of these around. I think it is so cute, and I can hide a little message under here. And then, of course, write my thank you in there. So cute. We have more cards to make because we have a lot more product to use. I really like how this card turned out. So you can add a little message here, and then of course that message there. So I thought about just recreating that with the rest of these papers, but I still have all of these to use too. So I need to come up with something creative for that. So we're gonna set that one aside, and I might use another card base so that I can stretch this paper a little bit further. I'm gonna use some scraps. So I cut these down to 1-inch pieces wide, and I think they're 3 inches. And then I'm going to take my mocha ink, and I'm going to ink around these just to give them a little more dimension and separation. So I'm just gonna go around the sides and the bottom. And I am kind of going on the surface a little bit too. It'd be fun to add some blending on to like, actually I went all the way around on this one because I forgot I want that white part to show at the bottom. It'd be fun to add some blending over the top of the white to add color to this paper, which I might do on a future project. I think I'm going to have some left over. As you saw at the beginning of my video, I was going to create a layout, but then I didn't think I had enough of the in colors to do that. So I started making cards instead. So I think I want to leave just a little border. And then I want like that. So then I'll do this one next. And this way. And leave that same little border. So then when we lay these down, right there. Oh, and now I did that one upside down. I'll see if I can't pull it back up. I wanted that white to show at the bottom instead of the darker. There, just like so. Okay, it opens that way. And then I'm thinking of putting this up here. So we need to trim it down. And I'm just going to guesstimate. So I'm going to grab my pencil, and I know I want to leave that same white border. So I want to cut it right there and right there. Being real precise with my measurements here. There, I like that. And then I made a few more of these. Maybe I do want that. No, I think I like that at the top. So I'm going to place that down. I'm just leaving a little bit of white going around. And then we'll place the flower and the leaves, and we need to glue the leaves together still. Oh no, I meant to cut one out of the light and one out of the dark. Shoot, I cut them out of the same tone. So I'm wondering if I can just add some ink, or maybe it would look okay to have it tone on tone. All right, I grabbed out some pine ink so that it's a shade darker than this color here. And I'm just going over the top layer. And you can't tell a whole lot, but once it's on the background, you can really tell. I love it. So I'm doing that with those. There, now I don't need to waste those or cut out more. Okay, so now I can piece my leaves together. add some of this time. This one I think I'm just going to leave like that, and then maybe stamp my sentiment in here. But I might want it to be a thank you, I might want it to be a birthday, so I think I'm going to wait with the sentiment, but I will stamp that in this time, and then have, you know, my little written there. So there is card number 2. This one I'm using my white card base again, and I cut the blue down so that it'd have a bigger white frame going around. And then I made more of these. And we will go like that. Going on the sentiment. Maybe I should go this way since all of them have been the other direction. Whoa, that's kind of throwing me off, but we're gonna do that. Let's ink around that too. I am going to stamp happy belated birthday on the front here. I've been on my A game sending birthday cards this year, but a lot of times I am late. So here we go. We'll do happy belated birthday there. And then wash this off. We have this one that says, sorry I'm late. Let's extend the celebration. That's gonna be my inside sentiment. I don't think I'm centered, but you know what? It's okay. Oh, it's not too bad. I have, it's your day. I think I want that in here. Just want to make sure we don't have ink around the edges. There we go. And of course, we still have some more gems that we need to scatter around. I love how easy these flowers are to put together. They're super quick and easy, but they make such a statement on your card. I'll have the Inspiration Collaboration Design Team playlist linked down below, and at the end of this video, be sure to head over and see how the others used this mystery envelope. I still have a lot of these DSPs to use, so I'm planning a layout. At the beginning of the video, you got to see a little bit of my thought process on that, but changed gears, so we made some cards this time. But here is how those turned out. Stay tuned for an upcoming scrapbook layout using the other DSPs. Thank you, Katie, for this wonderful mystery envelope challenge. This was so fun to put together. I love these cone flowers. I love the new in colors, and this paper is so fun. I love all the florals. So, until next time, live a life worth scrapping or card making, whichever you prefer.